Hey everyone, thanks for checking out today's broadcast. My name is Jonathan, and today is day 381 of my 3-year challenge to lose 300 pounds. If this is your first time checking out one of my live streams, a little bit about me: 39 years old, I'm married, and we have 4 children together. I started this challenge because I've been overweight my whole life, and I knew I needed to do something about that. It had been, I'd gotten to a point where I was the heaviest that I'd ever been in my life. And um, if I didn't do something soon, I was going to start having some serious health issues that I wasn't going to be able to ignore anymore. Um, so when I started this, the two kind of big parts of the challenge are that I knew from past experience that I can generally stick to something for a good amount of time, or I can get to a goal that I set. But once I get to that goal or enough time passes, I start to let things slide and old habits come back. And so a big part of this challenge is that it's for 3 years, that I was going to record what I was doing for that length of time so that it would give me enough time to lose the weight, and then also to find out how to maintain that weight loss or figure out how to eat in order to stay at that healthy weight. The other big part of this challenge is that I have a lot of weight to lose, starting at 520 pounds in order to get down to what would be even considered a somewhat normal weight for a 6 foot tall person. I need to lose 300 pounds. And so that is um, kind of why I set the challenge to be that high. The goal to be 300 pounds. The other part of why I set such a lofty goal at the start is because a lot of times in the past, I would set goals that were much more attainable, something like sticking to it for a shorter period of time, or getting down 50 pounds or 100 pounds or so, but never really committing to getting down to what is really a healthy ideal weight. And so that's why I chose to go to challenge myself to lose 300 pounds. If anybody has any non-scale victories they'd like to share, I'd love to hear them. Any questions, comments, anything they want to add, please let me know. Carrie's checking in saying hello. Hi, Carrie. I hope everything's going great at home today. Um, the the daylight savings just makes the evenings really kind of hard to do anything. And so last night we ended up needing to do a little bit of shopping, and something that, I don't know if it's just because of the time that we live in or just the way things are done, but and also me not going out a lot as well probably made a difference. But essentially, we don't ever take our kids shopping, or our kids don't go shopping with us a lot. And in the past, a lot of it would have been Carrie going shopping while I stayed at home and watched the kids. And um and then kind of with how things have changed, we do a lot more online shopping versus in-store shopping. But we needed to get some dog food, and the place that we get our dog food from is like a garden center, and they sell other things, and they usually have some animals there. And so we ended up taking our kids out to go to the garden center. It was really good, like I said, to get them out into public more. I feel like we don't do that enough, or we haven't done that enough. But also they got to see a bunch of animals that we wouldn't have normally seen. Uh, they had in the store, they had 2 turkeys, and one of them was like what you think about when you see like a Thanksgiving turkey, like the back end of its feathers were all up in a perfect kind of half moon, almost like a peacock. And it was dark brown and just very traditional turkey. And the other was a little bit lighter colored, but it was just crazy seeing a turkey in real life. And it's pretty ugly animal. Like the something hanging over its beak, I don't know what that was pretty but anyways, it was interesting seeing a turkey that they had for sale at the place, I guess. If you wanted to, I don't know, I guess you would buy the turkey to have for dinner, like if you wanted to have a fresh turkey. Like I don't know any other reason. I've never heard of anybody having a pet turkey at their house. Um they also had hamsters. They had some puppies. I don't know if they were cockapoos, maybe they were very small, but and then they weren't even for sale yet. Like they were going for sale the next day. So the kids got a kick out of seeing those puppies. Um, but yeah, we went shopping with them there, and then we went to a grocery store and ended up letting them pick up a little bit of a snack. I don't know if it was for sale, maybe just for show. It was yeah, neat to hear it go. Yeah, the turkey. So yeah, we don't know if it was for sale. We never really asked. And then yeah, a couple times it did the noise, like we heard it make the noise, and we said something to our youngest kids, and we went over there and it did the gobble gobble right at them, and that was pretty funny. I mean, the amount of work that it would take to take that bird from a turkey to what you see at the grocery store is a ton of work. I can't imagine getting rid of all those feathers and dealing with the rest of that. But yeah, we did some shopping there at the garden center. Then we went to a grocery store. Kids did good at the grocery store. And I mean, they did well enough, you know, you have to rein them in a bit. And I think my patience was probably spent by the time we were leaving the grocery store, and they were insistent on helping with the checking out of the groceries, and we let them help out, but it definitely was a test of my patience dealing with that and having them scan things. And then you put them on this thing next to you, and then one kid wants their thing, so they pick it up, and then the sensor's like, you picked up that you're stealing a bottle of water out of here. And so, but we survived it and we got out of there in one piece. I did end up buying at the garden center a neat leash thing for my dog that I'm going to try out. That's like a belt that it's got a leash attached to it. I've seen it kind of in videos, or like I've never actually seen one in person. Like I've tried to see them at stores and they don't ever seem to have anything that seems like it would fit. And actually this one fit. Like I am at the top inch. I opened it all the way up and it buckles on. I could stand to lose a few pounds for it, but it fit. Carrie says that she's glad we won't be eating turkey. She bought some Tofurkey brand gravy for Thanksgiving. Getting excited for sort of traditional but vegan holiday meal. Yes. Last year, Thanksgiving kind of was a bust, which was fine by me because I fasted the whole time. How crazy is that I would be 16 days into that water fast right now? A year ago, I didn't even know I was going to eat a vegan meal 16 days in. I was buying meat online within the next few days a year ago, anticipating eating high quality beef when I got done with my fast, and then totally changed. Now we're talking a year later about eating tofurkey. Yes, it's going to be nice to have a nice holiday too. It seems like we haven't really celebrated a good holiday in a while, or holiday like traditionally in a while. So, because when we did Christmas last year, I think that we ended up maybe eating before or after, or we brought something. Um, and maybe even had our bean brownies, but didn't end up really joining with the meal. And this year, with where we're having Thanksgiving, we're not going to be the only people eating plant-based there as well. So it'll be more than just us eating the crazy uh fake turkey and fake turkey gravy and all that other stuff. But yeah, we went out, did some shopping. It was a lot of fun to get the kids out and do stuff with them. As far as food last night, I actually shared it on the Discord, and I might start doing that more. If you guys like it, let me know. But we ended up having what Carrie was calling Buddha bowls, and it was just a mix of different like uh, chickpeas and rice and what was I calling it? I was calling it a dumb name. It wasn't even close to what it was. But um and then I Carrie had a bunch of different toppings together, whether we wanted some of the kids had like cucumbers and corn and peas. I ended up having roasted vegetables. Carrie cut up some zucchini and yellow pepper and tomatoes, some cherry tomatoes, and kind of roasted a bunch of those up. And I really liked it. The onions too, just roasted onions. And then she also had made couscous. Call it a goose poop. We had couscous. That's right. Um, so so yeah, I shared a picture, like I said, on the Discord. If you want to see that, you can look at the link to the Discord is down in the description below. But she also had 3 different sauces, and I was so nervous with the different sauce options, like what to do, because the whole meal was kind of a new meal. And it just, yeah, I guess we hadn't really, what I was having, like the roasted vegetables, I really liked. We haven't had that, and I would eat that a lot. Like if we just had roasted vegetables, just cut up, and however you prepared those vegetables, that was great. But there was 3 different options that Carrie had. Maybe she'll chime in. But we had the 3 different options. One of them was a regular mustard dressing. Another was like a soy saucy kind of based one. And then one was a peanut butter. And the peanut butter was the one I tried. And mixed it together, and just amazing. All the flavors were awesome. Carrie said that the kids liked having the choice over what veggies they had. They made their own bowls. And that's something that I've kind of been working with the kids, whether, like the more you can get them to help us in preparing the food or being part of the dinner making process, maybe it'll encourage them to try the foods some more, since they have a little bit more skin in the game, that they want it to taste good because they helped prepare it, kind of things. And so so yeah, Carrie says mustard dressing, with the options that she had made for the sauces, was a mustard dressing, a slurry sauce, which I think she might have gotten from that Plant Powered Families book, and then a peanut sauce. I only had the peanut sauce, and I really liked it. It was great. I ended up having actually 2 bowls of it and stuffing myself, but but after dinner, that's when we did all the shopping. We kind of had to run around decently quick. It's so odd it being dark at 5:30 or 6 o'clock. So it's really not that late, but it feels late because it's dark outside. So we did take the kids out what seemed like at night, but it wasn't really that late at all. We were home slightly after their normal bedtime. But one of the things that I've kind of talked about, and what I'm trying to do, is kind of reining it in with the diet, and kind of focusing on, getting back to eating whole food, plant-based, SOS free, all of the time and avoiding those things on the weekends. And that's really the toughest time is going to be this weekend. And really when we travel over Thanksgiving, it's also going to be difficult to kind of really focus on the whole food plant-based SOS free. But I think it's going to be best to really try to go back and cut, like I'm not worried about gaining the weight too much, but I do notice that I'm tempted a lot to try things. And like last night, one of the options that Carrie had for the kids to put in their bowl were these vegan meatballs that she had warmed up, and they're not very big. And I was very tempted to just try it to see what it tasted like. That's kind of been my, well, I'll just try one to see what it tastes like. But then the fourth time I try one of their Impossible Nuggets, I'm not doing it just to see what it tastes like anymore. And so I did resist the urge last night to eat any of their food, which has been more difficult the last few weeks, like I said, just because we've been letting little things in here and there. And then also I had to kind of cut myself off with the eating. It was very tempting that after we got back from shopping to grab something to eat. And but it was well after 7 p.m. and I was able to restrain myself from doing that. And actually, I ended up putting the kids to bed, and where I end up putting them to bed, I lay down, kind of waiting for them to fall asleep. And I really just fell asleep decently early. I guess it would have been between 9 and 10 when I actually like fell asleep on the bed there. Carrie had to wake me up, and then went to bed in our bed. But and then this morning had our regular oatmeal, and it was I was forced to limit the amount of toast I was going to eat because we didn't buy any toast. We did all this other shopping last night to pick up some other things that we needed, and we didn't end up getting any Ezekiel bread, but I did end up only having a slice of Ezekiel bread when I normally would have had more than that. And I haven't had anything since breakfast. So it's been good. I don't feel any more hungry now than I normally do at this point either. So it's something where the food that we eat in the just the oatmeal alone that we eat in the morning should be good enough. Carrie so Carrie says her mom is watching and cannot figure out live chat. Well, hi Pat, I hope you're having a great day. And then Carrie says she brought bread today and miso. Yes. Now, does that mean we're having miso soup for dinner though? That is the real question, because that would be wonderful. But we had so yeah, I just been, trying to rein it in just a little bit. It's been a fun few months trying these things, and there's a lot of, so like Carrie says, so watch what I say. I can't bash my mother-in-law. I usually do that on Mondays. You missed it yesterday, Pat. It's too bad. Yes, miso soup for dinner. Sweet. My thumbs up there. All right. So where am I at here? Trying to see anything. We were talking about Thanksgiving yesterday. That's like a week away. We got to travel for that, which is wild to think that Thanksgiving is coming up already. And we got to get our stuff together for traveling. We're going to have to prepare pretty well if we want to do, if we're going to stick strict to our diet while we're down there. I mean, it's going to be nice because Pat and Mike, Carrie's parents, they eat a vegan diet. So or they have been eating a plant-based diet. So they have a lot of what we eat there already. And it'll be nice for, let me see. I don't have a whole lot more to talk about today. So you talked about the food, and the shopping was really the two big new things for us. Um, I Yeah, and then like I was talking about a little bit of just how wild it was a year ago that I would have been 16 days into the fast. I should go back. I'm gonna have to start doing that. I should have been doing that for this whole month, but go back and watch the videos from when I was fasting and just see kind of what I was talking about, what was on my mind at the time. Because it's been an amazing change in the last year. Like I said, a year ago, I was flirting with the idea of doing keto or carnivore diet after this, and had not heard of the True North Clinic or the Pleasure Trap book or any of this whole food plant-based dieting, the SOS free. None of this was even on my radar a year ago. Coming up in about the next week would be the 1 year from when I first saw the information on True North Clinic, and kind of made a huge shift in my mindset and what I was going to do. The Just wild, just just an incredible change over that year with how I think about food. So anyways, I'm gonna get back on tomorrow, and I'm not weighing in though, even though it's a weigh-in Wednesday. I'd love to hear how you guys do on your weigh-ins, but uh, I'm gonna be weighing in on the 1st, so that is 2 weeks from tomorrow is going to be my next weigh-in. I am hoping that by kind of reining it in over here and over the Thanksgiving holiday, that I'll have a good amount of weight loss this month. We've been hovering around this 315, 320 for a while now, so it'll be nice to get that behind us. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel already, make sure you do get subscribed to the channel. You click on that bell icon so you can turn on notifications. You'll get alerted when I go live, which is generally 4 p.m. on weekdays. And then I mentioned the Discord. There's a link to our Discord down in the description. I am gonna probably start sharing some more photos of our meals on the Discord. And so you can see those on that. And also Carrie has a Pinterest board that the link to that is down below, that if you are looking for some meal ideas or some examples of the food that we have been eating, that's a great place to find those recipes as well. You guys all have a great evening. I will be back tomorrow. If you have not started your diet yet, get started right now. There's no reason to wait. There's nothing coming up that's more important than getting your health under, your wellness and overall health and under control. Nobody ever gets to the end and gets to their goal weight and says, I should have waited that extra weekend. Everybody, every single person looks back and says, I wish I would have started sooner. I wish I would have known now what I knew then. I wish I would have known how good I felt. So many things, but all of them revolve around getting started now, getting started sooner than later. Whatever you have to get done to do it, get it done, get started. You guys all have a great evening. I will talk to you tomorrow.